It is a windy day on the great Eastern Shore of Maryland. How is everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's great. And today, kicking off the podcast with our lovely interviewer, Miss Krista, Mother Loving Wheatley. How are you doing, Miss Wheatley?
I'm great.
You are great. So tell the good people all over this beautiful world, where are we right now?
We are in beautiful Track on the Eastern Shore of Maryland,
And this
otherwise known as the Sticks.
Otherwise known as the Sticks. That's great, that's great. We're gonna watch out real quick because it is a car
You grew
coming.
up here.
I did grow up here. Well, technically we're in Trap,
You
but
didn't grow up here, but you grew up on the shore.
correct. And we are both from the Eastern Shore of Maryland, Cambridge, Maryland, born and raised. We both went to Cambridge South Dorchester High School. How you doing? Somebody graduated a few years earlier than me, but easy.
No.
Yeah, but you're my inspiration. You are doing something that I have always wanted to do. I look up to you, actually. This is an honor to even have you on the freaking pod. Enough about me. Back to the greatness about you. So tell these good people what you're doing and what you are training for.
So on June 11th
June 11th of this year.
is the 2023 Eagle Man,
Oh,
which
shucks.
is a 70.3 mile triathlon.
70.3 mile tri on the Eastern Shore of Maryland. It's in Cambridge, right?
In my hometown.
In the freaking hometown. Can't wait, actually. It's gonna be great. Hopefully this quality of this video comes out great because it is extremely windy here. But as we all know, in the cycling world and the running world, any sports that is outdoors, wind is good training.
Yes.
So even though it's windy, it's helping us on one of Miss Wheatley's training rides right this second. We're not gonna get as many miles in as she likes to get in. However, Miss Wheatley is known for running and swimming. So should we say you're a subject matter expert at that?
Yeah, we can go ahead and
There we go. So Miss Wheatley's a subject matter expert at swimming. So she's ready to kill that and the run. But regardless, it is very windy out here. So again, hope the quality is great. We're going to pick up the speed a little bit so we can, no, you're good. We're sitting at a smooth,
my speed.
okay. We're sitting at a
You need me
smooth,
to drop back a little bit?
yeah. Content is everything.
Can't
Content.
keep up.
I mean, I'm just trying to be like you when I grow up, so. And then there's a nice little down descent coming up. So, back to this crazy, badass Eagle Man that you got going on. So, tell the people, what are the three components of the Eagle Man?
So the Eagle Man is a. Ooh.
You're good. All right, so car back too.
We're
Car
going
back.
down a hill.
Going down a hill and car back. So, give us 1 second, good people.
Safety first.
Safety first. And unfortunately, as we all know, a lot of these carger peoples don't be caring about us. I'm gonna go ahead and take the lead so they can pass. Remember, always get that good bike etiquette in. It's a nice little doggy up there. Get that good bike etiquette in at all times. And when you're on those back roads, if there are blind corners, just go ahead and get to the shoulder, out of the way. We don't want any problems with, anybody getting hit by any cars or anything. So back at it, back to the three components of the Eagle Man. What are the three components?
So it's a 2-mile swim. Have to catch my breath.
You're good. 2-mile swim.
56-mile bike ride, which is going to be my favorite.
Okay.
And then a 13.1 mile run.
So I just want to let it be known, good people, Miss Wheatley has already done her swim today. And obviously, if you're training to do 2 miles, you're not going to do 2 miles, you're going to do more. So she's already done her swim today, and she's already done her run. So I am interrupting her peaceful, I guess, training ride in the wind right now. And it is somewhere around like 12 to 15 mile an hour winds. So if she is out of breath, we know that's why. She is better than me, because I aspire to do an Eagleman one day, but yeah, swimming is not on my expert list. So for the swimming side of it, you did swim in high school, right?
Yeah, I started swimming when I was 6 years old,
Okay.
competitively.
Oh, shucks. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Started at the Y, I believe, in Talbot County at 6 years old. And then everybody's done the Parks and Rec sports as a child.
Oh, yeah.
I swam for the Dorchester Shore Fins
Oh, that's a dope name.
until I was 17.
Dang.
And then I did swim in high school as well, all 3 years.
Nice. So, let's just pause right quick at this swimming part, because I got a slew of questions. So, the swim is in the Choptank River? Yeah, Choptank River, right?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So it's from one side of the river, and what are there, like buoys that you're going to go around and then swing back over?
Yes.
We got gravel, watch out.
So they're predicting that the swim out is going to be against the current,
Okay.
which is good because I would rather swim back with the current.
Yeah,
after
exactly.
doing,
A mile or so, right?
Yeah, it's nice to kind of float in.
No, that would make sense. 100%. 100% that would make sense.
So I've been training with a pool buoy, which is like a floaty device that you put between your legs, and you don't kick your feet, you just swim with your arms to build up that upper body strength.
Right?
So that when you swim against the current, you have more strength and you can.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
So then when you swim back, you mainly just use your feet. Kick with your feet.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
And so you've been swimming for a long time. So I know, even though you've been competitive in swimming, this is your first Eagleman, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if you could tell anybody that's inspiring to do exactly what you're doing, if you could say anything to them, what would it be in regards to the swim? Whether it's training, whether it's, anything, you let me know.
Just the swim part?
Yes.
It's not as hard as it looks. It's really not. I always tell people, once you learn how to float, you can do anything in the water.
I like that.
The key is keeping yourself alive, right? It's not really learning all the techniques and all the proper strokes. It's keeping yourself above water.
I like that.
And
I like that.
you can apply that to life too, Everyday life, what are we trying to do? Keep ourselves above water.
I like that.
I always tell people, learn to float first.
Learn to float first. All right, you heard that. If you have any aspirations of freaking swimming in any way, shape, or form, learn to float first, good people, and you will be good to go. All right, ready, set, go. All right, so your run though, right? So the run, no, I'm tripping. Skip the step. The bike is second. So we got the swim first. Oh.
Yes.
We got the swim first, then we got the
bike.
The bike.
My favorite part.
So this is your favorite part. Explain to the good people why this is your favorite part.
Because it's the last thing I learned how to do. And it's the best thing.
Last and best thing that you learn how to do. Yeah. So what makes it the best thing?
I feel like when you swim, you don't really have time to think about a lot of things. When you run, you're just so out of breath, you don't have time to do anything else but run. But when you cycle, you have all the time in the world to be in your thoughts. And it's just such a peaceful place to be.
I would agree.
And I didn't understand it at first when I first started cycling. because I'm so used to not thinking about anything else but what I'm doing. Like, for example, when I'm swimming, I'm swimming. When I'm running, I'm running. So I always thought when I'm cycling, I'm cycling. And I would always try to overexert myself and do too much, but I wasn't learning how to cycle, if that makes any sense.
Oh, 150%.
I was just frustrated all the time because I would be in the wrong gear, too high of a gear,
Or too low, right?
too low of a gear, and that's all I would think about.
Car.
But once I started learning the basics of cycling, I just get on and ride now, and it's like my mind goes to another world. It's like I'm in another world.
I
It's
like
just hard
it.
to explain unless you cycle.
Nah, for
You
sure.
don't understand.
150%. 150%. Like we're going right now, right?
Yeah.
So now we're gonna kick up, go a little bit harder. One more gear. One more gear. All right, now we're gonna climb through this mother. That's right. Yeah. We got a baby hill down here in the shore.
This is not a baby hill.
It's a baby hill down
This
here.
is a giant hill in the wind.
It is a win though. That is a fact. Keep climbing. Keep climbing. Ah, too easy. Too freaking easy. So there's a clear example of, like you just said, you weren't able to understand it until you actually, got on top of it. And then, like you said, how to shift gears and so on and so on.
How are you not out of breath? He's just talking.
I'm not out of breath.
He's back to talking. Anyway, like we were saying.
I live in Catonsville where it's just hills, man, and I'm not even, a dog like the rest of the people that I know that cycle or that I do get the grace of being blessed on riding with. They're just animals, but like you said, it's all about being in the right gear, having the right training, and I'm also not as winded as you are. You did a lot today. I didn't do as much as you did. But in due time, I will be, hopefully, on that same level of putting it all together. So the great part about the Eastern Shore, though, is this 57 miles is pretty much flat, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to be able to run at your own speed, whatever works for you.
This course is like, I read somewhere where it's an athlete's favorite course. Like, all of the Eaglemans and Ironmans in the world, this is one of the favorites because it's flat.
Oh, I can guarantee you 100% that is the reason. Hold on, we got a stop sign coming up.
We're gonna go right and then immediately left.
Right and immediately left. All right, all of my good people that's on them bikes, make sure y'all stop at them stop signs. We out here in the middle of nowhere, so ain't nobody out here besides us and some daggone chickens. Maybe a few cows every now and then. More chickens than anything, right? So, yeah. So that's the bike. I mean, that's the biking. You love it. I love it too. I'm not gonna say that I introduced you into cycling, but what I will say is, I am beyond proud of you because this is amazing. Like I said, I inspired to do an Ironman, Eagleman, both of them. And I 100% believe that this is a athlete's choice of activity because it's a flat run, it's a flat bike. So those of you who are actually out there really getting it, I know a few good people that love doing, triads or duathons, and I'm sure this is a great freaking course for you to try. So make sure you check it out. How much is it? Is it expensive? Is it hard to get on? I know it's hard to qualify in the top so you can keep going on to the other ones and you get sponsors and all that good stuff, but tell the people what it is.
We're not there yet.
In due time, right?
In due time.
You're gonna kill the swim though, so for all of y'all that's doing this out here, get ready because Krista Wheatley says she's killing the swim for the women. Watch out, she's a dog. That is a beautiful house. Man.
It is pretty. I think
Hey, how you doing?
Because it did not look like that.
Yeah, I don't remember it looking like that either, but I ain't been back here too many times either. Again, we got another car backing up, acting like he don't even see us, which is crazy. I don't know if I should slow down and keep going. Golly. How you doing? So, yeah, you were talking about the price of it, yep.
So individual entry is $399.
Okay.
And then you can do add-on stuff. Like they offer gear, you can buy a backpack or like a tri-suit. But I added pictures to mine because I want those photos.
Absolutely.
So it came up to about $500, just under $500.
$500 once a year, right? They do the Eagle Man on the Eastern Shore. Is it once a year or once every other year?
It's once a year. They do the Eagle Man in June, and then the Iron Man, which is double Eagle Man. So that's
a full marathon. It's not
triathlon.
100 miles though, right? It's just the 57. They still do 50, I thought.
No, it's 70 plus 70.3.
Woo!
So,
Go ahead. You take the lead. Got a car up. Give us 1 second, good people. All right, so you said it. Ooh, all that black smoke.
Goodness gracious.
So you said it's 70.7?
It's an Eagle Man double. It's a double Eagle Man.
Okay, dang.
So
Okay.
that's a lot of miles.
Yeah. So
I
probably
think the bike ride is like 112 miles or something like that.
so it's a Century bike. So it's probably 4-mile swim, Century bike, and a whole marathon run.
Yeah.
That is really badass. So shout out to all of y'all good people that's doing that.
6.3 mile run, I think.
Yeah, shout out to all of y'all that's doing the Eagle Man. The Iron Man.
The Iron Man.
Shout out to all people that's doing the Iron Man. If you ever see anybody with an Iron Man shirt on, please give them a congratulations because they are a certified badass. Yeah, for sure.
And in September, that's when the jellyfish are out. So these people are swimming with the jellyfish.
Oh no, yeah.
June, not so much. They're not going to be out.
Yeah, that's
because
amazing.
The water's too cold.
That is pretty
But
badass.
September, them jellyfish.
Tearing you up out there.
I feel like I would never do an Ironman because of the jellyfish.
Shoot, I wouldn't want to get stung either. So, got a little downhill. So all that little bit of climbing complements us with a little downhill. So in regards to the run, right? So you're ready for the run. You've done a few half marathons before. You did a marathon before, right?
No, just a half.
Okay, so you've done half marathons before. Your training regimen is pretty crazy and strenuous. So I'm sure this view on the camera is gonna look amazing with these.
This is my favorite part. This is why I wanted to take you out this way, because of this area.
This is amazing. We're gonna have to make that backlight contrast a little bit, but it looks great. Oh man. Now I understand why people that are doing the Eagle Man, Iron Man love this. This would be great on a very warm day.
Yes.
It's a little cool today. Well, I'm always cold, so you see me with a jacket on. She got the whole shorts and everything on. I got the pants and everything, but I can see why people doing the Eagle Man will love this, because if it's hot, they can get a nice little break with these beautiful trees that are literally covering the entire room. So on the run. So the run is a half marathon, 13.2?
13, yes.
13.2 miles. But yeah, you killed one of those before. Well, a few of those, and like I said, your training regimen is legit. So what is, interesting question of the pod, what is your favorite artist and your top 2 songs to listen to while you're running?
Oh
Or do you not listen to
goodness.
music at all running?
So, I always change my favorite running songs because I have to switch up my playlist or else I'll get bored.
Okay.
Um,
So if you were to go on a run, this morning's run, what did you listen to?
I listen to YFN Lucci.
YFN Lucci.
That is my favorite artist to listen to when I'm running.
Okay, I was expecting to be like, you know,
Or Rich Homie Quan.
Rich Homie Quan and YFN Lucci.
Surprising, right?
Very surprising.
You were
Okay,
thinking what, like Justin Timberlake or something?
I
Bruno
mean,
Mars?
Bruno Mars, Cardi B, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do play some Cardi every now and then, but
I forgot what the other young lady's name is. That
Meg Thee Stallion.
Meg Thee Stallion. Yeah.
She's on my playlist too.
Okay.
But Here lately, it's just been YFN Lucci and Rich Homie Quan. I don't know why.
Hey, it's your world, it's your episode, and we're just living in it. So, overall, if you had to pick a number, 1 to 10, 10 being the most, I guess, successful or great, and 0 being the least, what would you feel like the training has been so far?
Oh, the training has been horrible.
Training has been horrible. Okay,
Not,
so
it's like not in a sense of I haven't been doing it, but just
hard.
it's very hard.
Okay, do you think it's more that you mentally think it's harder, or it's physically harder for your body?
It's definitely a mental thing, because I always think, like, for example, I'll get up at 5 a.m. and go swim, and then after I'm done, I'll usually go down into the cardio room and get on the treadmill and run at least 4 or 5 miles.
Right.
And then, depending on how I'm feeling, I'll come back home, which it's 30-minute break between leaving there and coming home. I'll go get on my bike.
Watch that gravel.
Go get on my bike. But some days I get done my swim and I'm just like, I just want to go home and go back to sleep. And I'll go home and go back to sleep. But then I wake up and I'm disappointed in myself because I didn't do everything that was on my list of the day. I have a calendar that tells me what I'm doing every day.
Right.
Just so I don't wake up and I'm like, what am I doing today? But the calendar, it doesn't always have all 3 sports on it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it'll be like swim, then run, bike, then run off the bike, which is really awful.
Yeah. No, for sure.
I just, what motivates me is sometimes, you know, when I'm riding by myself or running, I imagine all the people standing on the sides of the roads clapping for me and ringing bells and stuff.
Absolutely.
And that just motivates me to keep going. I don't know if anyone else does that, but
No, I'm sure that they do. Go ahead and drink.
ooh, left.
You're good. Left.
Watch the gravel.
I'm sure that they actually do see that and think about that too. Well, a little bit of sidebar, right? But so when I used to play football, that was exactly how I would, when I used to play football, that's exactly how I would see things as well. I'm an introvert, right? Well, born again introvert, because now I like to help people. So I would say when I was training back in my day, I would do the same exact thing. I would always look out for, I guess, other people to be doing stuff, killing it, and be there cheering in some way. And that would like give me motivation. So like if the crowd was going crazy, oh man, I would be ecstatic. I would be bawling.
It's the endorphins.
Absolutely, and also I think it's just like that extra little dopamine hits.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you've been to one or multiple since your mom participates in them. But I actually went to see my guy Travis Todd do one. Shout out to Ocean Odyssey, Eastern Shore. We love you. So I went to go see my guy Travis do one, and I was late. However, I can recall a million of people standing outside, all cheering, and especially at the run. At the run, it runs through the freaking neighborhood, right down, what is that? What's that little city called?
Riverside Drive.
Not
It's
Riverside
like-
Drive.
Yeah, that's where the run is.
Yep, and that's where he actually lives at, yep.
Yeah.
Riverside Drive, but they used to also go down to, where did my grandma used to live at?
I don't know. You should know where your grandmother lives.
No, Jenkins Creek.
Oh, yeah, okay.
They used to run down to Jenkins Creek before that road is open. None of that road's open, right?
Yeah.
But I'm sure that'll be a perfect road now because it's perfectly paved.
Right.
But when they used to run down to Jenkins Creek, it was freaking amazing because everybody would take the entire day off, sit outside, have their lawn chairs, and they would have water out there
Yeah,
or
it's an
extra
all-day
food.
event. It's an all-day community event. That's why I really like that I've gotten into all of this, because I've always been such a loner, that kind of being involved in things that brings a community out and support of others, it just warms my heart.
I love it.
It makes me feel good.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So a little birdie told me that on June 11th, which is the same day as your try, you have a very big,
Oh yeah.
I would say, life-changing, rewarding moment that's going to be happening on that same exact day. So what, since you ain't tell me and that little birdie did, what is also happening on the day that you do your first try?
I am going to be done with school forever. I'm getting my master's degree.
Congratulations, congratulations. And what is your master's in?
Clinical psychology,
Clinical.
specializing in forensic psychology.
Okay, okay. So you're trying to help people, but also figure out what really happened, right?
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of what that is. Got a little descent going on. So that is pretty great. Like, I don't think I've ever heard of anybody doing something so epic on the same date. That's
It
something.
wasn't planned that way.
Wow.
So I think it's just like it was destiny.
It,
It's never planned that way.
it sounds like destiny. So I guess the real question is, are you going to miss graduation for the try?
No, so luckily graduation isn't for a couple months after. It's actually in Dallas, Texas.
Okay, okay,
In
okay.
September.
Okay, yeah, 2 months later, 3 months later, something like that.
Yes. So I'll be able to get to that too.
That is pretty
Which
awesome.
is great.
So
But I'm gonna throw myself a party.
Okay, so graduating on the same day that you're doing a try. Okay, that's pretty awesome though. That is a blessing. That is a freaking blessing. Is this a dead end?
No.
Oh, we can make a left.
Yeah.
Oh, this is beautiful too.
This is the pretty part.
And this is water, right?
There's some over there.
Is this still part of the Choptank River?
This is
Oh, that's pretty dope. That is beautiful. It's a nice house too. It's a lot of yard work. That's all I'm gonna say.
I know.
Somebody cutting grass for hours and days. Jesus, that is pretty dope though. All right, so we talked about a try. We talked about the great things that's happening. So on Ride with Ty, the goal is for me to actually have great interviews with great people and allow their light to shine on others. So what would you tell a younger you?
Oh man.
That's a loaded question, I know, right? You
That
like how I
is
try to finagle that a little bit.
That is a fully loaded question.
Okay.
Man, what would I tell younger me? You know what I would tell younger me? I would tell younger me, you don't need that cell phone. Stay in school, don't get a job yet.
You don't need a cell phone, stay in school. Stay in school.
So, like, there's meaning to why I say that, because I feel like at that moment, when I discovered my independence at a young age, it really set me up to make some pretty terrible decisions as a young woman, because I wanted to fit in, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I wanted people to like me. I wanted to be popular. But I also grew up poor, so I didn't get everything I wanted. Once I started working, I got everything I wanted. And it's true today too, you know? But my focus wasn't on my future. My focus was on the present. And I got involved with a lot of bad people who didn't really influence me in the best way. And it's followed me for years. So, you know, I would tell younger me, oh, that's such a loaded question. It takes you back, it really does.
No, absolutely.
Where you really wish you could rewind. And I'm sure a lot of people feel that way.
Oh yeah, that's the greatest part about life, right? And That's not a problem, you know, because that happens to everybody. But what I would say is it's always a blessing and a lesson, right? So no matter what we go through, no matter how many trials and tribulations, we have to take that responsibility of acknowledging the issue, right?
Yeah.
Acknowledging the fault, which you just did,
Yes.
which is your accountability side of it, and then pivoting, right? So since you're telling your younger self that, you have clearly, or you have a purpose of pivoting to change and make your life a better life now. So I guess the best question that I can ask you is, how do you fix that? How do you change that? How do you make that better for now? Because you can't go back. So for the people that are listening, if somebody had a similar situation that you had, what would you tell them to alter that situation now for the better?
You can't think about what you wanted to be back then and why it didn't happen. You have to think about who you are today, how much you've changed, how much you've learned from that experience, but you also have to leave that experience in the past and wake up today and say, okay, what am I going to do today?
I like it.
You know, because goals change every day. Ideas change, careers change. I know people that wanted to be doctors when they grew up. Now they're not doctors, they do other things, you know?
Right, for the good and bad.
I wanted to be a nurse. That's what I wanted to do. And eventually I wanted to be a doctor. But, you know, things happen that keep you from doing those things. And that's just the way it is. There are rules with society. There's rules in life. So I've changed it now. Now I want to own a business. Stay tuned for that.
Stay
That is
freaking
coming.
tuned. I love it. See, and that's what's so great about this, right? So I was asked earlier, how would somebody be on the podcast, Ride with Ty or Purposeful Conversations, if they are not an entrepreneur currently, they don't have a business, or you know, they're not where they want to be in life? And my response was exactly what you just said. You have to look over that. My goal is to assist you in getting your story out there, because there is people out there that are just like you, right? And there are people out there that are just like me. Nobody's perfect. We've both been through stuff. We both are altering our life for the better. And we just want to reach out to other people to allow them to do the same. So Miss Krista doesn't have a business yet, right? But she said that's in the works. That's what's going to happen. And she's already put it down in her to-do list.
I'm going to be a millionaire.
She's going to be a millionaire. And she's going to use, I'm a firm believer that goals are not the way to go. I think you can have a specific desire, right? But you have to put those habits into effect to allow you to get to where you're going to go. Prime example is Miss Krista doing the Ironman. An Eagle Man. I want to do an Eagle Man, right? But me saying I want to do ain't going to get me anywhere.
Oh.
So we have to change that want to actual action. And in reality, those habits that you do over and over and over, you swimming 4 miles, 2 miles, whatever, over and over and over and over, that's going to build that outcome, right?
Correct.
And just like the running and just like the freaking cycling.
You know what I did
What did you do?
to motivate myself to do this?
Right?
I just signed up last year because I was volunteering at the last year's Eagle Man
Love it.
at the running aid station.
Love it.
And the day after I signed up, I wasn't at all ready, but I signed up, I paid the money, and that was my motivation. It's like, okay, you can't get your money back.
Can't get the money back now. That 500 is gone.
500 is gone.
That 500 is gone.
So, you know, sometimes you have to do something unexpected to propel yourself into where it is you want to be.
I love it.
It's like, it's not always that clear cut, this is what I'm going to do. Sometimes you have to do small things. Like, I didn't start training and then sign up. I signed up and then started training.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. That's right. I love it. I freaking love it. My heart is smiling right now.
Aw.
I love it. I freaking love it because that's the honest reality. Like, you just have to do it.
It is. You have so many people who doubt you or ask you why you do things, but then they'll ask you how you did it. It's always like, I always think about that. It's like, people will ask you why you're doing it, but then once they see the results and the reward that you get from what you were doing, they'll ask you how you did it. Because they want to feel good, they want to be successful. I try not to listen to the negative people. There are people all the time that I work around that say, oh, you don't cycle, or you wear a helmet when you ride a bike, that's so lame. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. It's like, why wouldn't I wear a helmet?
They're ignorant. They're ignorant.
Or, oh, you don't run 13 miles, you can't run 13 miles. I've used that as fuel to my fire.
That's because you got that dog in you.
Yeah.
So the young Krista, like you just said, would have wanted to fit in and wouldn't have rode a bike because they saw somebody else say that, or they heard somebody else say, oh, who rides bikes, right?
Yeah.
And so what's crazy is we'll have this conversation again on a sit down, right?
Yeah.
However, I didn't ride a bicycle for that reason. I find it so intriguing that people look at cycling with such a negative attitude.
Right.
I've heard so many people say, oh, you're one of those guys that ride in the middle of the freaking road?
Yeah, people tell me that too.
Where else am I supposed to ride? While you sit at home watching TV, eating chips, out of shape like a mug, what else am I supposed to do? Car up. Or they say, oh, I hate those people that just ride a bike. Oh, you're one of those people. All fun and games until Ty started traveling on a bicycle.
Yeah.
So when you see me in LA riding a bicycle, you see me in Jamaica riding a bicycle, you see me in freaking New York or wherever I may be riding a bicycle, Milan, anywhere.
I feel like every time I turned around, you were on an airplane somewhere.
On the airplane with the bicycle.
Actually, last year, you traveled a lot.
With the bicycle.
I was like, what are you doing this weekend? Oh, I'm going to Africa. No big deal. I'll be back Monday.
On the bicycle.
You went to Egypt last year too, right?
Yeah, yep.
Did you go to Egypt?
Hold on, car back.
Or that was the year before?
That was 21 of December. Thank you. Good people, good people. See, that's the type of people we want to see. The ones that wave at you when you get out the way for them.
Yeah.
Also, don't be a douchebag cycler either. Yeah, it's 2 lanes, brother. But if they hit you off that bike, guess what? You're the one that's going to feel that while he's still sitting in there.
Right.
So don't be that guy or girl. Get over, let them go by. I promise you your train is not more important than your life. That's a fact.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just crazy. And then, like you said, no matter how you slice it, somebody watching.
Right.
Somebody that likes you, somebody that's a hater, somebody that freaking wants to be you, somebody that don't want to be you. They watching regardless. You post a picture or you post a reel or you post a TikTok.
Somebody's watching.
Somebody watching. You will get freaking 1,300 views and 2 likes. But
Yeah.
guess what? Instagram told on you mother lovers. So whether you like it or not, they're watching. So at the end of the day, that means you got to do what's best for you and kill it in the best regard that you can kill it. And as usual, be you, be true, and let the universe do the rest. Because no matter what, this is your life.